Hello and welcome to another review of a 1/12 scale action figure. This time we got Batman Arkham Knight version 8.04 Batman from QR code here in the bottom of the box to get more information on the website. Batman logos everywhere on this cardboard box and even a barcode on the top. And when you cut this box open, there's a piece of cardboard on the top and the bottom so you don't accidentally cut the actual box inside, which is shrink wrap. A little bit reminiscent of the box art from the game itself. 1/12 scale collectible figure. WB logo and more QR code information there. Its logo in Chinese, 兩品製造. Legal stuff on the back. L001. And you see this in the shop, this box does have a window to open up for you to see everything inside, especially the important bits like the face. Inside the box is a backing card they can use as a background. Red floor and the Batmobile in the back. Pretty cool. Promotional card for the next Batman Arkham Knight Deathstroke coming soon. It's a criminal file on Deathstroke himself. And an A4 instruction sheet inside in both simplified Chinese and English. In terms of accessories, apart from the fists already on the figure, you also have a set of relaxing hands, gripping hands, batarang holding hand, open hand, and a pair of holding hands. You have the voice synthesizer, disruptor, 2 line launchers, the bat claw, the explosive gel gun, an extra mask for the unmasked head for him to hold on to or put down on the table, the extra Bruce Wayne head, figure stand, as well as first time production bonuses. We got 3 tracking batarangs, an extra mouthpiece, as well freeze blast attachment. All of these accessories are single molded pieces and they're painted mostly with a light and a darker silver, as well as a slight dry brush on some of the parts. And even though I haven't played this game in quite a few years, all of these accessories look the part. They remind me of the game. Some of these are made out of a softer plastic, so not that easy to break. That's good. Except this one, the claw, it doesn't detach, and despite it being a softer plastic, this is so thin, so small. Do be careful when handling this one. I feel like if this drops, it will snap. This bigger piece on the other hand, I really wish there was some articulation on it. I mean, look, they've molded the hinge there, but don't actually try and bend that, and don't try to slide the shoulder support in, because yeah, it is also just a big solid piece. The blue on the ice grenade is done quite well. The 2 main batarangs also look really great, but again, very small piece. And it's a hardish plastic, so be careful with them. The 3 pre-order bonus tracking batarangs also look pretty good with the red, blue and green colors on them, but my red one is printed a bit smudgy on both sides. The extra bat cowl looks great, even got some weathering and dry brushing on it. No, don't try to put this on any figurehead, it will not fit. And it is a softer plastic, so that's good, but it will not fit on the Bruce Wayne head, don't try. The pre-order extra grinning teeth face is I mean, it's painted okay, but yeah, I'm probably never going to use it. All of the hands are painted okay. There are some dry brushing on it and different colors on the inside of the palm. There's a little bit of runoff on some of the silver, but they look fine overall. You also got 2 of these eyeball moving sticks inside. So what you do is you grab hold of the mask and wiggle it off, and looks like a Brainiac robot. Yep. Flip this around and you can see the little sockets there, and then you can plug this in. And you can move the eyeballs. I mean, the gimmick's kind of neat for a figure at this scale, but for me, for the most part, I'm gonna have the eyes just facing straight forward, and that'll be enough for me. Unless I'm taking a very specific photo, I'm not really gonna move the eyes around. By the way, the lip area is also a bit more loose after you move the mask part, so be careful with that. The extra unmasked head is also pretty good. They are translating a video game character, not a real person, but it still looks, somewhat realistic and pretty good. The eyebrows are painted nicely. There's a gloss on the eyes, and the 5 o'clock shadow is also done pretty well on the face. There's also a bit of the neck part of the bodysuit, so the head doesn't look out of place when you place them onto the suit. There were some complaints about how the faces didn't look as good as the pre-production, but for a mass-produced figure, this is still probably one of the best figure faces and heads out there. I mean, this is still really good. The figure stand is also quite stiff, able to hold up the figure quite easily. Taking a close look at the figure moving from the top, the bat ears on the cow are also softish plastic to protect it a lot. And the eyes are very glossy and nice here. I've just adjusted them so they look more to center, more straightforward. The face or jawline also has a bit of a shadow painted on there, and it looks really, really good. Mine does have a little scratch, a nick on the top of the cow, and that's really annoying, so good luck with that. Now, even though the jaw piece and the mask can be removed, the area where they've cut the mask is just down the side there, and most of it follows the suit pattern, so it looks okay. And the mouthpiece actually fits very nicely into the cow itself, so you don't really notice the gap too much. Nice little details and dry brushing on the back of the helmet, so that's really good. Moving down, you can see more of the painted details as well as the texture on the bat logo there. That looks pretty good. The underlining mesh suit looks pretty nice. The armored fabric also looks pretty good down there. And as we move down to the belt, you can see that the metallic gold is not too bright. It has a little bit of weathering on it and the different colors, and as well as like metal scratch on. You can see like silver lining on the buckle there. That's very nice, small details. Moving down to the legs, the rest of the suit looks pretty nice. Now, this is still a relatively clean version of the suit, so you're not going to get too much reddening. So, yeah, this figure will look great in different lights and stuff. The joints are hidden mostly okay. If I bend this knee there, you can see that it still looks pretty decent. The elbow joint is tucked in there so neatly, and yet it still functions so well. The cape has a double layered texture going on. We have a more leathery texture on the top there that has this little bat wings going on. And there are areas in the middle here that are stitched together so it doesn't open all the way. If you want to do that look where he has the cape in front of him, well, that's not really going to happen unless you really bend the wire there. Let's see how we're going to do that. If we bend this wire like so, you can sort of do it. And then the rest of it, you have a shiny sort of fabric-y texture. There's a bit of a stretch to it. There's no stretch on this fake leather texture. At the bottom of the cape, it does spray open with the bat cutout, the little spiky bits. And the edge of the cape is just a cut texture. So I guess in due time, this fabric will start to wear down and tear apart. It looks good right now, but not perfect. Speaking of wearing down, this wire is poking out. That's not good. Speaking of wires poking out, my biggest gripe with this figure that I'm actually disappointed and actually kind of hate is that the wire doesn't go all the way into the shoulder. See that? I cannot keep this cape up. Yes, it is true that he holds his cape when it does the gliding motion in the game, but still, if I want to do a dynamic pose, I can't do it. If I want the cape to go up, it can still go up, I guess, but it cannot go all the way. And that's really annoying. Why is this loose? The wire goes all the way up to here. It doesn't go in. Second problem with the wire there. If I zoom in really closely here, you see that the wire is actually starting to break the fabric here. This is a figure that looks really good, but I feel like at some point I'm going to get a replacement cape because this is just, it's going to break and wear down. This figure could have been pretty much perfect at this scale, but they messed it up. Just for articulation, he has a double neck joint, look very far down. Pretty, not too much up because of this collar piece. And full rotation, sideways here. Moving down to the shoulders, they recommend pulling this pad out. This hinge is a little bit stiff and I guess all secure. And move that up to keep everything safe as well as not go onto the cape, I guess. So that's nice little hinge there. These butterfly joints in there, look at that. Look how far that goes. Look how far that goes. Look, that's like, wow. That's a really impressive joint. And it doesn't really cut, it cuts the figure a little bit, but overall, that might be the best one I've ever seen in one of these figures. It even goes out a little bit. Look at that. So there's a hinge down there somewhere. A ball maybe, or a hinge and a round peg. This feels really good. And it goes full rotation here. And if I move this shoulder pad out the way, full rotation on the arm, you got a double elbow joint, moves quite well, and a peg and swivel for the hands that also moves quite well. Now in terms of the shoulder, these armor pads do move out just a little bit. It doesn't affect the look of the suit too much, like if you have Batman's hands, I guess he's holding one of his like, not rifle, but, tracker thingy, disruptor or whatever, yeah, you can do that. Or you can be messing around with something on this machine. You can do that. Just push these pads back down. Now, torso, sideways, not too much. Body moves back, not too much, but forward. That's a really good tummy crunch. And I want to say full rotation here, but the shape of the body does stop me from doing that. Leg can go down, up, back, splits, hidden joints in there, and I want to say full rotation here, but once again, the body shape does stop it just a little bit. I guess you can push it, but I don't want to. Now, the belt pieces do move out of the way, softish plastic, hinges, so they can help your articulation. Double knee joints. Foot is interesting. There's a hinge inside there somewhere. They say before you move the lower leg, push this forwards or back first. So you want to push the leg, bend the leg forward, push the upper joint back, and then you move it up. Push this forward, and then you move it back to avoid pushing against the armor piece or doing any damages. And it's got a swivel joint here as well as a toe joint that moves quite well. Here he is next to the action figures Injustice Batman. I mean, that Batman figure was released quite a few years ago, so not really a fair comparison, but I think the old Batman still holds up for what it was. Here he is next to the Batman, Mafex. Here he is next to the McFarlane Arkham Batman. Completely different category of figures. And yes, the McFarlane Batman can't stand on his own without the stand. McFarlane Arkham Ra's al Ghul. No, the scales don't match at all. This Injustice Batman really is the Mafex scale, so a bit bigger than Figuarts, but still smaller than McFarlane stuff. Is this the best 6 to 7 inch Batman figure? It's definitely one of the best looking. It's definitely the best articulated Batman figure. This moves so smoothly and poses mostly so well. I'm not really a big fan of the ankle joints. They don't really tilt left and right too well and get stuck with the armor pieces, but they move forward, backwards, and forwards okay. I'm also not really a big fan of the drop down underwear to leg sort of joints down there. That seems a bit older fashioned. I prefer the current SH Figuarts joint where the sort of a ball thing going in there and doesn't require the legs to go down to do more poses. I'm not even sure if this is my favorite Batman figure. This is definitely my favorite video game Batman figure if I'm also thinking about the Injustice series. So this, it's definitely better than the SH Figuarts out there, as well as any of the McFarlane stuff. But for me, if I was to pick just one favorite Batman figure, I might still go with the Mafex The Batman figure, just because I really like that suit, that poses very well, and I don't have problems with its cape. For me, this figure comes so close to be perfect. The engineering on the figure itself is excellent, and it's one of the best figures at this scale I've ever seen. Not just Batman, but just in general. Other companies should be learning from their techniques here and copying their techniques to improve their figures as well. If it didn't have that cape problem where the wire was sticking out and not attaching to the body, this figure would have a perfect score on my head. But it's really frustrating because this figure comes so close to be perfect. Deathstroke is coming out soon, or some of the other figures, they also look excellent. I look forward to a Catwoman figure from them, and I'll definitely be getting that if they have it. So yes, this figure is absolutely amazing, and for the price that it goes for, it's definitely worth it. So, take care, have a nice day, and I'll see you guys next time. Same bat time, same bat channel. Bye.